And you know, I'm not afraid to say that on camera because guess what? They haven't done anything for me. It's like just waking up every day and then I realize this and I go, oh boy, what are we doing?
The way things are set up is not set up for you to win.
When Instagram and Facebook first came on the scene, I had no idea what they would become now. So tell people your name. I mean, I know you as Rico Will, but why don't you tell them your alias, if you will?
I'm Rico Will, Co-Will. I go by Co-Will, you know, K-O''IL, you know.
So why did you go for the name change?
I've been Rico is my name, you know. Rico Williams is my name. I just wanted something a little more, you know, Prince, like the artist formerly known as Prince. Like you see Co-Will, that's like, okay, bet. And then it comes from my name, Rico Will. So it's just like I just took the R-I off, respelled it, you know, did some artistic shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I can't curse, right, Ashwin?
You can curse.
They're gonna bleep it out anyway, it's all right.
It may be funny to hear the sound.
Right?
Hear the sound.
Right.
But I'm probably gonna go PG on all my songs now. Cause I'm tired of these ads. Like they tell you, oh, we can't run this ad. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like you're letting Megan Thee Stallion run an ad, but you're not gonna let me run an ad.
Yeah. Well, what's the issue?
Explicit content. Like, come on.
Well, that's why you use the edited version.
Yeah. Or sometimes the music video may have.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
But then again, I look at Megan Thee Stallion. Like, okay, Cardi B. I'm like, they're obviously running ads.
But they got the machine behind it, man. It's totally different. You know, they on contract. They gotta put that up. It's over. Like that was paid for 10 months ago. You know, so it's different when you're talking about the business independently and when you're working with a label that's been having these relationships with these companies. You know what I'm saying? It's all the schedule. You feel me? I get it. It is some bias though, but you gotta understand that independent game is gonna come with a little bit more restrictions. So only thing I would say, shit, it's easy, man. All right, bet. Cover up what I used to do, because I used to run a lot of campaign ads. You just cover up, you know, if somebody's shaking some booty or something like that, some cleavage showing too much, cover it up. Parental advisory, you know what I'm saying? Send it right through. If that's what y'all doing, you gotta play the game. You know what I'm saying? Can't let them stop you. They gonna try. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're doing it independently and you don't need their help. Or who is this? Who's this Indian guy? Where's he from? He want a what? He wants to what? On our what? Hold on. Don't. Meg's supposed to drop next week. No, this spot is already. He wants flag. You know? Just give them what they want. Play the game until you get to the top. Then you make them go by your rules. You know how it go.
Yeah, but you know, I'm already naturally kind of a PG guy anyway, so
yeah.
The the rated R stuff is.
Yeah.
But no, it's okay to talk about killing someone, but you know, just you can get an ad on that. It's easy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I don't know. I was gonna say that is crazy, but does that put it into your mind that there is some type of what's the word that I'm looking for? That there is some type of plan, that there is some type of scheme that they have that they want people to see, and mentality that they want people to have that they want to follow. Do you think that's really a thing, or do you think that's just something that's made up and people is just doing the stuff that they like anyway?
Yeah, I think that's a very complicated question to answer.
Right, it's loaded. Pause.
I mean, yeah, there's always a scheme in the background, but you gotta understand, a lot of times, yeah, there's a saying, you can explain something. It doesn't have to be, it's not because of evil, it's because people are incompetent. That's usually the first reason, and then evil is number two.
Okay. I get that.
And I think America just has a weird history. You know, very puritanical, but then America loves violence.
Exactly.
It was founded on violence, but, you know, sexuality, that's bad. Because, you know, the people who came to America, they were Puritans. They were the extremists in, I guess we'll call it the United Kingdom. What we know is now is the United Kingdom,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, they were upset that you guys aren't letting us be extreme enough, so we're gonna leave.
Okay. In the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So that's why they came here.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not because they were being. I mean, it's not so much they were being persecuted. They couldn't persecute other people,
Exactly. Okay, I get that.
and that made them feel bad.
Okay, I get that. That makes perfect sense.
I think you still see that even to this day.
Well, yeah, of course. People want to be able to do whatever they want to do to other people, but they don't like that when it's in turn put onto them. You know, I think that's human nature, though. That's why it's just. I don't want to say it's because this is gonna sound cliche if you say, "Oh, it's just best to treat others how you want to be treated," but it's just best to always go off good energy. That's how I put it. You go off good energy all the time, and you really can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because even if somebody perceives your energy wrong, that's just on them. You know what I'm saying? If it's meant to be, it'll be a full circle moment where it'll all come back around and they see that you didn't mean no harm or something like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel like there's something people don't understand. Like, you may be on the winning side now, but you know, when those people who are in power decide that they don't want you anymore, if they don't want you in the picture, and you've empowered them to go after your enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to stop them from going after you when the time is right? So I think you had a whole, you know, because people are very short-sighted. They don't understand this.
Yeah, that's why it's chess, not checkers. You gotta always be a couple steps ahead. So that's why a person like that, you would always just have to make sure you're always in a position where you just make them need you, or you make yourself valuable. You have to, especially in a system like that, because the system is always growing. So you have to elevate with the system. That's the only way to keep up. That's the way Jay-Z was so good for so long, because he always elevated with the times. That's why Drake has been so monumental and just always elevated every couple years. Because instead of just staying the old him, he got with the new, what's new and hot, and then put his flavor on it, so it's always Drake, you know. And that's how you always. I don't want to say reinvent, because reinvent, that sounds like something that when you're running from yourself. But that's, in my opinion, that's just how you elevate in general.
Yeah. But you know, whenever I think about Jay-Z, I think about his early days starting on Rockefeller. Also, I mean, I don't know if people know this, but Jay-Z stabbed someone in a nightclub.
Yeah, you talking about yeah, he
Yeah,
stabbed
yeah.
yeah.
So I was thinking about that. Like he was willing to do anything.
Man, but that was over a girl though, man. That was over a chick. It was over Charlie
Yeah.
Baltimore, man.
Also, I heard it was about bootlegging CDs.
That's cap. He said it was over bootlegging CDs, but it was really over Charlie Baltimore. What's he ran a label, and he was Biggie's manager, and had a relationship with Charlie Baltimore, in which Jay-Z also had a relationship with Charlie Baltimore. And if for y'all that didn't know, Biggie had a relationship with Charlie Baltimore also, but he was deceased by this time. But yeah, he was just upset, and you know, seeing him in the club, they had some words, and Jay-Z stabbed him up. You know, I heard about that too, but I don't think it was pretty much towards the music. I just think guys have always been dumb over coochie.
Yeah, I mean that's how this whole Future and Drake beef started.
Over women?
Yeah.
I believe it, man. Those guys play different games.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, why can't they just play hot potato with the same stripper like everyone else, right?
Well, that's because guys, a lot of time in this industry, what happen, even outside of the industry, right? When you have a circle, women or guys will pillow talk, especially guys that really don't know or have a backbone and they just tell a woman anything to get what they want. You know, guys are pillow talk. So one guy say, hey, yeah, he be messing with other chicks. Woo, woo, woo. So now she know that he be messing with other chicks. So she'd tell the dude like, oh word, your man said you be messing with other chicks, da da da. And then he'd be like, damn bro, you said, excuse me, you told her I mess with other chicks. So then it goes like that. Now we beefing. You know what I'm saying? Or it's something one and the same. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always a chick in between that one guy done said something to that chick. She done told the other guy. You know what I'm saying? Or the one guy mad because he messing with her and she done said something. It even outside of the industry, man, it happens. You know, it's the male ego. So when you got to understand, inside of the industry, it's a lot smaller. It's not as big as people think. So, you know, yeah, you guys can't. If guys can't control their emotions, it's gonna be destined to have some shit happening. Revolving a woman.
Yeah. But, you know, I was hoping for something cooler, but I'm like, okay, that was it? Okay. That's just.
Yeah. You know, he sold drugs though, like everybody else. But you know.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, I mean, his whole career is built on that whole persona. I mean, it's not a persona, but. Well, I mean,
that just depends on who you ask. You know?
A little bit. I mean, I mean, obviously not 100% true. Maybe I'll give it 20%.
I could take that. I'll take that. Pause for sure. 20% is fair. But selling crack and being a dope boy in the streets of New York, I don't know how can I put this? The culture is so messed up to where like that is the plateau. Why is Jay-Z the top of the top of black culture though? That's where it's so fucked up at, because then that leads people to believe that I could sell crack and then be a billionaire, which, bro, all of the rest of y'all is not. It's only one or two maybe billionaires that probably sold. Matter of fact, I think Jay-Z is probably the only billionaire that sold crack. If I'm being 100% honest, I think Jay-Z is the only billionaire that sold crack. If we talking about that's not pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, but I don't know how much Freeway Rick Ross made. Probably millions. I don't know about billion.
Yeah, not billions, and that's old. You know, he did that, went to jail. You know, he making a comeback, but he ain't make billions off selling crack. You know.
I mean, that you just broke my heart. I wanted to go in the corner today and sell a dime.
Oh man, nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all.
I want
to
get rich quick.
Nah, man, you don't want to do that. You can't get rich off drugs nowadays. The drug game is over with. Even marijuana, man, weed. The dispensaries on every corner is over with. Why would you sell weed nowadays? Your prices got to be real low. You could go to the dispensary and get an ounce for $50. Who should buy street weed? And they putting other drugs in the drugs nowadays. So I wouldn't mess with street drugs if I was out there doing drugs, man.
Yeah, a lot of fentanyl.
Yeah, they putting a Fendi in everything right now.
Yeah, and that's be a Rihanna song, Fenty.
That's crazy. And then, but the double entendre of it is she's saying that she's like fentanyl though, like her body is like a drug. She killing them like fentanyl. That's wild.
Yeah.
I think she would probably have to wait like 5-10 years for that, because there's so many people that's dying off fentanyl right now. It'd kind of be like, damn, is she really? It'd kind of be like, wow, she can't do that right now. Maybe in about 15 years, you know?
Maybe 10 years.
Yeah, 5, 10. Yeah, 15 would be too long. But for sure, that'd be dope. That's a good idea. Put that through AI. See what it come up with.
Yeah, I may do that when it went out.
Facts. Fenty. I could hear it now. Put A$AP Rocky on a remix.
Yeah, but it's always bizarre to me. I love Future, and now he's rapping on fentanyl. I'm like, I really doubt you're involved with fentanyl, but whatever.
Yeah, no, of course not. He's already admitted that he'll talk about drugs that he's never did. So, I mean, I don't really take his music to heart. I don't think he's doing all them drugs. And it's kind of fucked up, to be honest, because Juice WRLD said he started doing lean because of Future. And look, and taking perks because of Future. That is kind of crazy, though, if you put it in that perspective. Like, somebody like Future could say, well, I ain't telling him to do it. His parents should have better control over him than that. But if somebody sit here and tell you that, or say out their own mouth that I started doing drugs because of you, and they OD, that's some wild ass shit. And you not even really doing it like that. So you can't even just say I was being myself. He shouldn't be following me. He should have had a better role model. You can't even take that route. Like, damn, I'm just being me Because I could understand that somebody saying, well, I'm just being me, rapping about my life and making music and making my art. If that's what they want to take from it, so be it. That's his parents' fault. But if you're going to willingly be an influence saying that you're doing something that you're not doing, that's leading other people to believe that it's okay. Because you can function. If you're saying I'm doing all of these drugs, and you're functioning, you're a millionaire, you're making millions of dollars, the women love you, you have your kids, your kids love you, you got a lot of jewelry, and you're saying you're doing all these drugs, to me, you look fully functional. But what I don't know is you're not really doing all these drugs. Because if you was, you wouldn't be able to function like that. But that's not what you're telling me as somebody that's a follower of you. So now I, in turn, do all of these drugs, and then wonder why I can't function, and then I just end up dying. That's crazy, bro. That's wild. I think somebody should be held accountable for that. Now, would it be the parents, the artists, the record labels? I don't know, but I think it should be somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I had an answer, but parents definitely need to be doing a better job now. They're not parenting, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, for
They're
sure.
letting the iPad parent. Like, the iPad is not a parent. They're just being lazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the part about parenting nowadays. People will let the technology raise the kid because they say, oh, it's keeping the kid busy. But it's two sides of that coin. Yes, it's keeping the kid busy, but what is it keeping the kid busy doing? While it's keeping the kid busy, what is the child learning? You know what I'm saying? You got it watching YouTube, but an ad is about to come up right here that you don't even agree with. Like, I remember like, the craziest thing during the election when it was going on. My son would be watching YouTube and he'd be like, Dad, Donald Trump is horrible and he did this. And I'd be like, where you hear that at? He'd be like, it was just on the ad. I'd be like, oh, okay, wow, that's crazy. But it's just, even though you think that you know what they're watching, know what they're doing, they could, okay, my kid is watching Coco Melon on, just for example, Coco Melon on YouTube. But an ad could come up and show them anything. And you have no control over that. So you're right. I think parents definitely nowadays need to take more control over parenting their children.
Or we can let the AI take care of our children. That's gonna be the future.
That's gonna be crazy. But I think that's gonna happen in about 5-10 years when people start doing when people have those Tesla robots in their home. They're gonna essentially be able to babysit the children. You know, they're gonna have cameras on them. Why hire a babysitter when I got 2 robots in here that can do everything I need them to do?
But yeah, we're a long way away from Tesla robots.
You think so?
Yeah, because those were conceptual. They were not functional.
Yeah. I heard they had like people behind them talking like through phones or anything, whatever.
I mean, that's like Disney World. I mean,
yeah, facts. Yeah, that's like adult Disney World.
I mean, you can't sell that as like, oh, I'm creating the future. Like you haven't. That's an idea.
Is that a fact though? But is it a fact? That
yeah, it is.
Oh, so it is a fact that it was just people behind
it
talking. Oh wow, that's crazy. Well, hey, you never know what the future holds.
Yeah, but Tesla has it's mostly theoretical money.
All money is theoretical. If your money is in a bank, it's theoretical, bro.
Well,
if your money, it's all digital.
Problem. That's a far deeper problem.
If you got your money in the bank, it's digital, man. A zero could be added, a zero could be taken off, a couple zeros could be taken off, and you could be broke. You know what I'm saying? It's like
all currency is imaginary.
No facts.
I mean, we just somehow decided that's.
But if you actually have a physical dollar, you can kind of go like this and say, even if the value of this dollar goes to 50 cents, I still have it here. Instead of dealing with a bank and the bank say, well, the money's gone. Because that can happen one day. All the banks all the banks can just go, the Federal Reserve came, money gone. Money gone. It can happen. The same way people didn't think it could be a pandemic and people would be out of school, no work. You know what I'm saying? People thought that couldn't happen. You got to understand, not too long ago, we was all wearing masks. Had to stay far away from each other. It was a different world, That can happen with the banks when the banks say, "Oh shit, everything's gone." Then what? Yeah, the paper money, the value of the paper money may go down, but it's still there. I got it. So, yes, you're right. Conceptually, all money is imaginary, for sure. If you know what you're talking about, yeah. If a person is smart, all money is imaginary. But I would rather have a physical dollar in my hand in a bank.
Yeah, I think that one concept to me is like one of my. I'm not going to call it one of my bigger struggles in life. It's like just waking up every day and then I realize this and like, oh boy, what are we doing?
No, I get it.
You know, that's kind of what I made the song Outside. You know, it's really all that stuff. Like but you know, that's a whole can of worms.
No, I mean,
A whole can of worms.
no, I get it. From the outside looking in. The way things are set up is not set up for you to win. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can't win. You have to do things strategically and put things in place. Like when we were just talking about the money, like it could just all be gone. You're right. That can happen. Well, I said that. I'm right. It can happen. But if you put things in place, that doesn't matter. Like say if everything happened, apocalypse. Well, man, if you stacked up on water, you got your cash. You may have had $1,000 in the bank. That's gone, but you got $12,000-$15,000 cash. You good. You got some canned goods. You good. If you always prepare for that moment, you're always gonna be good because anything can happen, and that can go for anything in any situation. You always gotta stay prepared because if you ready, you stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
Yeah, well, hopefully pigs don't start flying.
Man,
I mean, I don't think they'll be that dangerous if they fly around.
pigs ain't dangerous anyway. I think they got us fooled, man. They got us fooled. Pigs ain't that dangerous.
Yeah, flying pigs.
Theoretically, what do you even think that's a symbolic of? Flying pigs.
I mean, when people say, "Oh yeah, that'll happen today," pigs fly, and like it's not gonna
It's
happen.
never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I get that.
But now we live in a time where I can say pigs fly.
Why you say that?
Well, it's my reality. I've just decided that's what I believe.
Oh yeah. And
I
that's
believe pigs fly.
And that's the liberal. That's some liberal shit right there, man. You know, if I believe it, if I say that's what it is, that's what it is. Nah, man. I like reality. I like logic. Nah, man.
I call that politics. Real double. It's you that's the new game of politics. That's how. Well, it's not new. This is old. The old technique.
Yeah, it's the old technique, but
It's coming back right now. I'm like, great. I
Yeah.
thought we got rid of it. Now it's back.
the thing is, we have so much information out there. I just don't see how people are so stupid. Like, how can people go back in the informational age? I don't want to get too controversial, but how can you allow somebody to tell you something is something that it's not? That's all. It just doesn't make any sense. Well,
Why challenge your own beliefs when you can just make up your own world?
see, the thing is, a person can make up their own world, but should somebody be forced to live in that world with you?
I have my own opinions on that,
Like, if
which I will have to tell the world when I'm 70.
when you're 70, yeah, maybe the world will be ready by then. But why should I, as a straight male and a straight man, be forced to be in the bathroom with a trans man? Like, why? That's
Trans
trash.
man or trans woman?
A trans man. Because I don't go to the women's bathroom. It'd be a trans woman going into the women's bathroom. But a trans man, why should I be forced to go to the bathroom with a trans man? Or I have nieces. Why should my niece be forced to go into the bathroom with trans women? A man that wants to be a woman. Because to identify as a woman, you don't necessarily have to be trans. That's the thing about it. And if you ask a liberal what is a woman, they can't answer it. Some of them going to say somebody who feels like a woman. Okay. So any given person can say they feel like a woman and go use this bathroom. To me, that's trash. That's not living in reality. You could feel like a woman, but that don't make you a woman. And my thing is, just because this person feels like a woman, why should I have to treat them like a woman and call them a woman? That's not my life.
Well, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I will say this: I believe in chromosomes.
Facts. Me too.
Everything else is imaginary. Most things are imaginary, but I can tell you chromosomes are. And I don't want people to, well, you don't know chromosomes are real. Now we're just going down rabbit hole. I don't want to talk about that.
But see, that's fake. But that's disingenuous though, and that's what I mean. Like the liberal bullshit. When somebody goes, "Oh, how you know chromosomes is real?" Bro, get the. What do you mean? How do we know chromosomes is real? We have thousands of years of living science, and then we got hundreds of years of real science that's telling us that chromosomes is real. People were living hundreds of thousands of years this way. The world is messed up now. Why? Because people want to change it. The world has only became messed up within the last 50, 60 years. Like,
See, I have a different belief. I think the world was messed up ever since it came into existence. That's my belief.
well, I mean, yeah, you could say that, but when I say messed up, I mean as far as families in general, the family unit in general being torn down, no matter what community you in, and just the way society is looked at, in a way people don't care about anything, in a way people don't want to be put to a standard. You understand what I'm saying? I think, yeah, people have always been people, you know, but there was always a standard. So when people deviated, you always knew you was wrong. See, nowadays somebody could do some bullshit and then come back into it and be like, well, it's my life. I could do what I want to do. You can't judge me. And as a society, that doesn't get us anywhere.
There's a lot to unpack there.
I mean, hey, which part you want to get to? I mean, I think it's pretty simple. I think it's just a mentality thing. I think people need to, like I said before, focus on themselves and their family. You have to prepare for what's coming. Not saying it's going to be some disaster or some apocalypse, but you have to put yourself in the best position possible, whether that's you yourself or you your family.
I'll put it this way. I think it's worse and it's better.
In which way?
I mean, to be very extreme, like in America, what they would do is we all know about the transatlantic slave trade. They would purposely separate families.
Yeah.
So so I think that was pretty terrible. So that's why I say that has improved in a sense. I mean, it's not perfect now, but
Yeah.
anything's better than doing that.
Well, yeah, I was kind of, even when I said the world has just became messed up, I was totally excluding that, of course, because I think everybody knows that was messed up. That the Holocaust, we can both agree that those things are messed up. Nobody has to tell us that, you know. So I was kind of leaving those things out. But I was just speaking of the mentality of the people, because even through slavery, people had families, and all white people wasn't slave owners. So I mean, you can't. How could I put it? I don't want to say it's a balancing act, but it's a give and take. You can't. I'm not one of the people that just want to hold slavery to everything. It happened. It was fucked up. We got past it. I think there should be some reparations, but I'm not gonna get into what I think them should be. But you know, I'm not one of them people. I just think people need to put themselves and their family in the best position possible, because even after slavery, there was families. You know, it wasn't up until about 50, 60 years ago to where the process as we know it started. You know, it was probably thought of before that, but I would say as the process started as we know of about 50, 60 years ago. Before that, families were everything, you know, when it came to America or just the world. The family structure was everything, and I think that's what kind of fucked the world up, is getting rid of that.
Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with, believe it or not, consumerism. I think not, the dating scene now. uh, people don't see people as people. I was like, okay, well, I just want to. It's a toy I'm going to play with, and then I throw it away when I find something better. So why would they want to have a family? That's how they think, in my opinion.
I mean, what people though?
Just the modern generation.
Yeah, but I think, like I said before, it's a mentality issue. You fix the mentality issue, you will fix a lot of things. If people fix the way that they think about everything and not thinking that everything revolves around them, it has to be a standard. We get to a standard in this
Yeah, well,
world.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying consumerism is a part of that.
In what way? Expound.
Because you're only thinking about yourself, and people are not people. People are objects.
Even to other people or to companies?
No, people don't see people as people.
Okay, I get what you're saying. People just want to see what they can get out of
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
I think you have a lot of people like that, but I also think that is just a human thing. I think that's human nature. We are creatures that want to survive. So I think that only happens when you are, I don't want to say struggling, but at a certain point where you're kind of struggling or you need something. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like you're gonna want something from somebody else because you don't have it. This goes to what I was saying before. You need to put yourself in the best position possible. So you're never going to be able to create genuine relationships if you're always going into it trying to get something or trying to see what you can get out of it. And that's going to create a problem. And that's also what I was saying before, a mentality problem. Crabs in a barrel.
Yeah, I mean, crap, that is definitely happening now.
Yeah.
But there's so many forces that are in the background that have led to whatever moment we're in right now.
No, I definitely agree. I agree.
Yeah, very, very, very complex.
How about this? I was just going to ask you, what kind of forces?
Well, there's no more it's very divisive politics, very echo chamber based. I mean, I got to be honest. When Instagram and Facebook first came on the scene, I had no idea what they would become now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's just a place where people post a picture of their dog or whatever. I mean, I didn't know it was gonna turn into this echo chamber, misinformation. I had no idea. I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't want to get too theoretical or theatric, but when you speak about the World Wide Web, it was already said that that was going to be part of the apocalypse. It's going to be a language that everybody could speak. They speak about these type of things, so people just have to be careful on how they use it. You gotta understand, man. You could go on your phone and become friends with somebody that's in Japan right now and talk. See, they could take a picture, send it right to you. This is a world that's really new. When you think about how old the universe is and how long the general public have been able to use this technology hasn't even been born theoretically. When you think about it's not even conceived. You know what I'm saying? When you're thinking about where it is compared to the human race, this technology is so minute and so new that it's still growing. What do you think it's going to be in 5-10 years? The possibilities are endless. So when you think about Facebook and Instagram, of course I don't want to say people are going to use it the wrong way, but yeah, it's going to grow into something that you never would have thought it could be. It's almost like what's it's the Black Spider-Man? What's his name?
Miles Morales.
No. I'm just Venom. The Venom costume. You know how when the costume, when it grabs onto something, it just kind of attaches and expands. It's kind of like that. And if it's used for the wrong thing, it's gonna be detrimental. And I think in society, that's where it's going. People are using the World Wide Web for BS to make it detrimental. We're frying our brains, literally.
Yeah, I read somewhere that humans are getting dumber now.
I believe it.
Like that's sad. I mean, like you have the internet, you used to be smarter, not dumber.
No,
But
where in history were people ever given all of the answers and it made them better? What made people so smart back then is because they had to go find shit. You were hungry, you had to go get something. You had to literally go get something. You needed a job, you had to literally go find a job. You couldn't hop on a computer and scroll all day and click some buttons and say, "Oh yeah, I was looking for a job." No, the world was the way things had to be done. You actually had to go get it and go figure it out. People are dumb now is because if they don't know it, they be comfortable not knowing until they really need to know it, and they could just go on their phone and be like, "Okay, I know it now." So it's really, they don't have no incentive to go and get the information. They have all the incentive to be stupid because they have all of the answers given to them.
yeah, I think I was saved from. Well, maybe I'm not completely, but I'm gonna
Throw it out
pretend.
there.
I'm gonna pretend for myself at least. That
Yeah.
I was not affected by the whole social media thing because I didn't use it.
Okay. I mean, that could be a factor. When did you get on? You don't have a Facebook, do you?
I mean,
Not of course
I
you have
had-
an artist page. I mean, like,
yeah, but in high school, I probably had 10 friends on my Facebook, and I never posted. So
oh, okay, yeah. And when did you get an Instagram?
I mean, I had them, but I just didn't use them.
You just didn't
I
use
never logged on. I never did anything on there.
Yeah. So yeah, it's totally different. If you don't really use social media, then I think you look at the world and your life is probably a little different. But I think it's for the best. I think society will try to make somebody think that them not being on social media is a bad thing, or try to make them feel bad, or try to make them feel lame, or not even in your case, just in general, like try to make them feel lame for not being on social media. But that's like somebody being in school and calling somebody a nerd. Like, I mean, the nerd is the ones millionaires right now. So I mean, like if the people who people call nerds in middle school, elementary, or high school are usually the ones that do well, and the ones that was calling them nerds usually probably got a baby before high school is out and probably living shitty lives right
Reminds
now.
me of that meme. I saw this meme.
I think I know the meme you're talking about. I think I know the meme you're talking about. Like it's like two guys, and one guy was trying to go to the girl. Well, the guy was trying to get to the girl, but
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
going after the athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he ended up being a millionaire, and she ended up being a baby mama to the athlete, and now she's trying to get back with him. Yeah, or not get back with him. Now she coming back to that's real. Real life happens though.
I don't know why I like that meme.
It's hilarious. It
Like,
definitely
it's
is.
so corny that I like it. Like the corniness is what draws me to it.
I mean, but it's kind of true though. It's a sad reality that some people
Yeah,
live.
but I like the phrasing. What do you say? Get lost.
Oh yeah, he did say something like it was like
get lost chick.
yeah, get
What do you
lost
say?
chick. Well, he said something like get lost something. I can't remember the word he used, but he said get lost for sure. Yeah, that was hilarious. But it happens. It happens.
And I like that the artwork wasn't that great.
It was like comic. Yeah, it was trash.
But that's what makes it better. That's
Yeah,
what
you get the picture. Everything don't have to be perfected.
I think if it was perfect, it wouldn't be as funny.
Probably not. Yeah, because at that point you would probably pay more attention to the photos and the pictures than actually what it was saying.
Yeah, it's a very important message. Yeah, I like those people who they're not really nerds, but they think they're a nerd. You know what I'm talking about?
Explain.
Like, oh, I got C's and D's, but I'm a nerd, like, because I like Batman. Like, I don't know if you're a nerd, man. Well,
I mean, I get what you're saying. So, what would you consider them? They just like anime?
Yeah, you're like a geek.
A
Like
geek?
You're geeky.
Well, no. See, well, the thing is a nerd. I think they would be nerds then, because I think geeks are the smart ones. Because you got Geek Squad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
those the ones that fix your computer. So I mean, gotta be like they don't got. It's not Nerd Squad. Like, you know what I'm saying? So nerds is like, so they could be a nerd. They just not a geek. I think geeks is the smart ones. But nerds sound
I
better.
gotta admit, I'm not an expert in this area.
But nerds sound better than geek though.
I'm not a nerdologist or a geekologist. So I don't know. I don't know.
That's good. That's good. I don't think anybody would want to be a nerdologist. What do you think the runner's first year salary is for nerdologists?
Probably $40,000.
Negative $40,000.
Maybe-
Fuck you mean?
Maybe negative.
Yeah, no, for real. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, but in this economy, 40,000 is negative 40,000. To be honest with you.
Yeah, 40,000 is like 20,000 in this economy. You know. But I think prices is going down.
You know, this is my second recession in my life. I'm like, wow,
Mine too.
great.
Yeah, I done lived through 2 recessions and a pandemic.
Yeah.
At 31, 2 recessions and a pandemic. So you know, they say if you could live through that, you could live through anything, man.
Well, at least we're not in it. Well, maybe we are. Maybe we're gonna have a Great Depression. You never know.
That would be crazy. I mean, I think the pandemic was something like it. You know, even though we still had our technology and stuff like that, I think that. I haven't really studied the Great Depression in all of.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, man.
As far as
Really
what?
bad. It's everything. You know, people. You know, they had to make water pie.
Water pie?
Yeah.
That's impossible.
No, it's possible. You take a pie crust, you add water, you add flour, you add some
okay.
sugar, butter.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it. That's your.
That's nasty though. But
Well,
that ain't water pie. I wouldn't like water pie. I think it was just straight water.
I mean, you know, that's my reality. You know,
Man, that's
water
crazy.
is pie to
That's-
me. That's my opinion. And you know, I saw a guy
Nobody
said it
can tell
online.
you any different. Nobody. It's your opinion.
Yeah, I saw it online. And, you know, that's my reality.
Man, look. See, and that's what I hate about 2025, man. There is no standard. Because I can't tell you that's not pie.
Yeah. But you know, this is a propaganda technique.
Damn liberals.
But you know what? The Russians figured it out.
How?
Their whole point is we don't want you. We're not trying to convince you. That was their old strategy.
Mm.
We want you to question reality. We don't want you to believe. We want you to be skeptical of everything.
Why?
Divide and conquer.
I mean, as a government, that could kind of work. That could kind of work. But so you think that's what's happening in the U.S. also?
Part of it.
Do you think that's why they let all the YouTube videos go about the Illuminati and aliens and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it is a good scapegoat.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, the lizard people instead of the real threat in front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
the lizard people did it. Like, what have lizards ever done to you?
No,
They're pretty chill. I mean, have you seen a
Yeah.
lizard?
Yeah, lizards. It's a lot of them in Florida, but you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, they just sit in the sun. I mean, they don't do any. They
Yeah.
don't cause any problems.
Yeah, I don't know. But so do you think the Illuminati?
I mean, it depends on how you define the Illuminati.
All right, bet. Well, then you answered the question right. Because every lodge of the Masons is part of the Illuminati. You know, some people know more than others, and some people don't know what others know. You know, it just goes like that. But all of it makes up the Illuminati, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Illuminati's is. I mean, I get the idea of it. But I don't think there's an underground cult of people wearing robes and.
Yeah, that's trash. I mean, now you have some lodges that may practice some ceremonies like that, but that's not a practice of masonry. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how that goes. And people are just brainwashed. But again, to one of your points, they put it out there just to confuse people because they wrap it all into one, like it's all the same thing, when there's so many different entities and I don't want to say problems, but activities happening at the same time. Whether it may be paranormal, whether it be satanic, whether it be spiritual, it's just a lot of different things happening at one time, and people bunch it all into one, and that makes it all confusing. You know, it's about, okay, well, if ghosts are real, are aliens real? Well, was it a ghost or was it an alien? Well, it's just two different things, man. There's life that's outside of this solar system, of course. If you want to call it an alien, that's up to you. And there's also other things that's happening. You understand what I'm saying? Like, two things can be true at once, and they don't have to coincide with each other.
That is true. What would you do? I'm going to tell you something. Right before I came into this podcast room, I was abducted by aliens, and they experimented on me, and that's my reality. And I just feel like it. It's true because I believe it is.
If you told me that, what would I say?
Yeah. No, I'm telling you that's what.
And what do I feel about that?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. What did they do? Did they use the anal probe?
A little bit.
Oh shit. That's hilarious. But
made me question things about me.
They made you question things about your reality?
Yeah. Yep.
And your manhood.
Now I believe now I'm against gay people.
Oh man.
Because I liked it.
You can't say that, Ashwin. You liked it.
He kissed. I have a pet theory. I believe a lot of people are in the closet.
He took an alien anal probe. He liked it. We gonna make that remix right there. Tell AI to whip that up. No, facts. That's hilarious. But no, really, do you think aliens are real?
I mean, technically, it's been proven. I mean, it's just not the exciting aliens we've been looking for, but
yeah, of course.
Bacteria. I mean, that's alien. If it's not on our planet, it's an alien.
No, you're right. So you're talking about bacteria, like living bacteria being brought back?
It's been found.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like on Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely found that for sure.
So that means life can exist on other planets. Therefore, aliens are real.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I already knew that. I was speaking about aliens. Like, do you think like
the ones UFOs, in the saucers and UFOs,
the UFOs and the UAPs that the Pentagon just released videos of over the last few years and are still releasing videos of going into the ocean, coming out? I know some of them are fake, but do you think some of them could possibly be real?
I find it unlikely.
Unlikely?
Yeah.
Why?
I just don't think aliens are likely to be like us. I think that's very human-centric,
I mean, like us in what way?
Like they look like little green guys,
But no, I'm not saying we haven't even seen them. We've just seen their objects. They're flying objects. So I'm not saying the caricature that they've created for aliens, I don't think that that's what an alien looked like. I think there's probably many different species of aliens if you want to be technical about it. But I mean, as far as just the videos of flying objects that the Pentagon has released, do you think those are have any validity to them?
I mean, I can't confirm that they're aliens.
Yeah.
Are all of them aliens? Probably not.
Oh yeah, not all of them.
I think one possibility, experimental aircraft.
For sure, definitely.
Maybe they experimented with the saucer, maybe it didn't work out.
Definitely.
Weather balloons. I mean, there's so many different things that can explain what has been cited by people.
No, facts. I get that. But even I'm talking about the military footage also. So I don't know if you've seen it, but they have military footage that the Pentagon has been releasing of military aircrafts encountering these flying objects, and they have videos of them flying into the ocean, flying out of the ocean, various videos. Now, I'm not talking about the videos from just regular people. That could just be anything, right? Balloons, whatever. But I'm talking about actual declassified UAP footage.
Oh, I just don't know because it's as
I mean, of course we don't know. Do you think it's possible?
There's a lot possible.
Okay, that's all we need to know then.
I can't give you a percentage or anything. Is it possible? Perhaps.
Okay.
Now, I will say this. I find the green Martian or the gray alien idea very unlikely.
Yeah, that's trash. I think there is a species of alien like that though, either green or gray or both. It could be a combination or maybe blue. I don't know. I think there is a variation of alien that's like that, for sure.
But humans they just can't comprehend that there may be something and it's completely different from us. I mean, we like to think we're the superior life form, so
Yeah, so
so they're gonna
it's
look
gonna be
like
formed
us.
like us. Yeah, I don't. I don't think all alien forms are shaped like humans, but I think some of them maybe do have some of the same structure. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's gonna be different variations. You're not gonna know what's out there, especially in other universes, other solar systems. They could have a head as a foot. Like you never know. Like
Yeah. So, if people started seeing, I don't know, aliens with heads on their feet, I would be more likely to believe that than a humanoid
yeah,
alien.
facts. Yeah, and they're definitely not mostly humanoid. I wouldn't think that. Definitely not.
Yeah, but that's. Oh yeah, he just looked like a small guy. I'm like, oh, of course, right.
Yeah, but see the thing is, what if this just is just the I want to say universal, but if we're talking about other universes, what is actually universal, really? But what if the structure, the human structure, or what I'm calling the human structure, is just the universal structure of a being or something like that? Like, what if every supreme being in the universes are made with like two arms or arms, like at least arms or and legs, and walk upright?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
to me,
possibility.
my counter would be if you look at cephalopod like octopi, they're very intelligent, but they can grab onto things, but they don't have our same body plan. The only problem is they die in 2 years.
Like octopus.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
and they're on our planet and they don't have our body form, but they're also have a high intelligence.
yeah.
So
But not. See, this is another thing. Where do you think space is? Because they could have lied to us the whole time. What if space is really in the ocean? Like, that's a possibility. What if octopus are actual aliens?
I mean, I wouldn't classify the ocean as space because it's
Well, I mean, how? Of course we can't because that's not fact. But if you think about it, the humans only know 10 to 15% of the ocean. The same, almost the same thing with space. I think we know more of space than we do the ocean.
I don't know. I don't know about that one because there's so many universes.
I mean, I'm talking about space as we know it, as close as we can get to it. I don't think we've been there, but I think we know what's there as far as dealing with satellites and things like that. They could send, bro. They sending stuff to Mars, bro, collecting bacteria. They're not sending all of this stuff deep, 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 deep down in the ocean, bringing back nothing. Every instrument they have is gonna get crushed by compression. They don't have nothing that could do that.
Well, don't worry, we got James Cameron. He's going to save the day.
Who is James Cameron?
He directed Titanic
Oh
and
man,
Avatar.
man, we ain't talking about no movies, man.
No, he really did.
He did what?
He had deep sea expedition,
I believe he did. Of course, especially with the movies.
and he put Rolexes on his submarine.
But see, even with a submarine, it's only so far you can go.
I mean, he went to the bottom of the ocean floor.
Cap. Probably somewhere, but not as deep as it goes because it's different levels. You're gonna get to an ocean floor. It could be an ocean floor for some miles, or maybe a foot or some miles, and it's gonna drop down. Like the ocean floor, nobody's been to the ocean floor. People who have is dead, bro. Fact check me, y'all, but I think they're dead, bro. I don't think it's happened.
Yeah,
To the bottom of the ocean floor,
yeah.
maybe like one of the bottoms, but even at that bottom, it's gonna go down and like be another bottom. Nobody has really been to the bottom of the ocean, bro. Like Even if they've been to the bottom of the ocean in one place, you still got a lot of ocean left.
Yeah, that part is true. That part is true. There is a lot of ocean left, even if it's one spot.
You know, so you don't really know what's in there. That might be the gateway to space, as we know it. Because do you think the government has always been truthful about what they tell us?
No, of course
Then
not.
Don't you think they try to confuse us?
Yeah, of course they do.
So what's the best way than telling us something that's up there when it's really down there? Have our
Yeah.
whole shit reversed.
I just think they're not that smart.
In what way? What do you mean they're not that smart?
'Cause I think people want to give the government a lot of credit.
Well, I mean, you have some people in it, but see that, okay,
But then I see how incompetent they are. Like,
well, yeah, a lot of the people that's making the decisions are incompetent, but that's why they pay researchers. All the government researchers and funding, there's people
well,
that
not
telling
anymore,
them. Why you say that?
because they're
They only removing the people that need to be removed, man. That's not. They was just wasting money, man. Biden and them was wasting money, man. We had to get just.
I'm not talking about that.
What happened?
I'm talking about specifically research. I'm only talking about that.
Yeah, and
There's gonna be less federal funding.
for what kind of research?
Just many things, and I think with science you had to be careful.
Why would you say that? They just offered. We just got was it? I can't remember how many. Was it $1.4 trillion coming from
I'm gonna give you an example.
Saudi for technology? We just got that. Why would it be a stop to funding for research when we just
Politics.
politics?
Yeah.
Okay, explain.
So there was a study being done on not transgender mice, transgenic mice. Very different.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, but a certain fellow decided that it's the same thing.
Okay.
So he decided we got to defund him. Like, well, transgenic means gene splicing, so it's not transgender.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't defund that.
Okay.
So I think I feel science should not be part of politics. That's you gotta let science be science.
I agree. I totally agree with that. I agree.
I think science is like number one for having a strong country. That's how that's how the Europeans took over. Their weaponry was the best.
What was their weaponry?
Well, you have a sword, and I have a gun.
But do you think that was science or engineering?
That is science.
Making a gun
That is science.
or engineering?
No,
Well,
that's
it's engineering
is
science?
science.
Well,
It is science.
I don't know, man. Engineering is science.
It is science.
So mechanical engineering is science.
That is science.
So a
yes.
mechanical engineer can say I'm a scientist. Exactly. Now you pause. Exactly. Not you don't know about that one. If it can't be science if a mechanical engineer can't say he's a scientist. Two different things.
It falls under the sciences. Now, is a mechanical engineer a scientist? Is he doing tests, or is he working for someone else? That's why I didn't answer your question.
Okay.
Mechanical engineering as a category, it is under the sciences.
Okay. I get that. There's definitely a new outlook on it then. I got you.
Technology is science.
Well, yeah, I get that. But see, when I think of science, I think of it in a whole different realm. I think of like medicine. I think of this. If I drop this glass, it's going to take, because the glass weighs X amount, is going to take Y long to get to the floor. I'm used to that being science, but I get what you're saying. If somebody, changing the tire, that all of that is science, because when they change the tire, they got to put it through the machine to make sure it got the right threads and all of that. And it is science, but they're not really doing science. The person who created the machine did the science, and they're just a mechanic in the shop running the machine. But I get what you're saying. It's all science. It makes sense.
They had to test out the different weapons. They didn't know exactly all the mechanics behind it, but it was science.
Yeah, I get what you're
And
saying.
you know how they got good at it?
Yeah.
Because they kept creating new weapons, because they kept fighting each other, and then so that they didn't know what they were doing, but they were developing science.
Yeah, yeah. It's about trial and error. So okay, bet I do this. If I
Yeah.
do this to the gun, it'll the bullet will go faster, or it'll go longer. Pause. So I get what you're saying, but that raises another question. If you don't know you're doing science, are you a scientist?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And you know, you can't always look at science like, oh, what is the direct benefit? Because most of the time you find out
There
by
is no direct
mistake.
benefit. Yeah.
So I just don't think you can politicize science. I don't believe that.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And you know, no one can convince me otherwise. I mean, now.
No, I totally
you know,
agree.
when
I don't think science should be politicized. No, I definitely don't.
like
It should be used for the greater good. I don't think it
So
should be
even if they
politicized.
are doing a study on something that seems ridiculous to you, you don't know what the benefits are going to be. Because, you know, that's how penicillin was discovered. It wasn't discovered on, like, no one was looking for penicillin. It was a mistake.
Okay. Keep going.
So, like, even if let's say, for example, if they're doing a study on cocaine, the effects of cocaine on on African parrots, for example, it may sound crazy, but you don't know what you're going to get out of that. You may get something very useful.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they were doing they were studying Gila monsters,
Really?
and they found a pathway for diabetes, and I think it has something to do with Ozempic.
Oh,
So
wow.
you wouldn't expect that. So like, oh, we're wasting our money on Gila monsters, but you're really not.
Okay.
So you
get
can't
what you're
just
saying.
say it's a waste, because that's
Well, yeah, I never would say science is a waste. I think that science. I agree with you in your part when you say science shouldn't be politicized. I just think science should be used for the greater good. What do you think about that? Do you think science should be used for the greater good or to benefit companies?
no, of course, a greater good.
Okay.
I just don't think political parties should decide what gets. I mean, obviously they're going to prioritize certain things. I just hate to see it being used as a.
You don't think they should
bargaining
decide
chip.
what needs to be funded?
Well, yeah. I mean, as I said, it's the transgender mice, and it's not transgender mice. It's transgenic mice. Like, that's obviously politics.
Yeah,
Let's-
facts.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I have to do some more research on that.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the transgenic mice. So that's an interesting take. If that's his only reason, I would find that only interesting. But you know, where'd you read that at?
I saw him say it.
You saw him say it.
Yeah.
Okay. He probably just said it to make people mad. He probably not doing it. Or there's another reason that he just didn't say. But that's dumb. And he's a media guy, so he knows how to get people talking. With the transgenic mice, what is it with the transgenic mice? Okay, so it's splicing DNA. So it's basically like would it be like cloning, basically?
No. Well, I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
Like, this is a very basic example. So there's jelly. You know, jellyfish can glow in they glow in the dark.
Yeah.
So you could take one gene, and you could splice it into the fur of mice, and now the mice will glow in the dark. You know, so you're not cloning them; you're splicing another gene in, and that could be useful for humans. So, and you have to test it out on mice.
On mice, yeah.
Before you test it out on human beings, obviously.
Wow. So let's say person A has green eyes, person B has brown eyes. This technology, you're saying they could take genes from person A with the green eyes, put it in person B, and person B may end up with two green eyes or one green eye and one brown eye?
No, you can't modify someone's genes right now, but you can genetically engineer a new being with those genes,
Oh,
or maybe they
okay.
pass them down. Like,
Okay. So gene splicing, you could take person A and person B, put them together, and now you may be able to create a person with one green eye and one brown eye, is what you're saying. Basically, in a sense, it's what gene splicing is.
in a way, yeah.
Okay. That's definitely helpful. But I think they already doing that though.
Yeah, so
That's already a known practice.
yeah, so that's what it means to be transgenic, not.
You know, the media is gonna try to paint things how they paint them. You know,
Well, he's not a scientist.
he's not. I think he should probably stay away from science.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think we can all agree Donald Trump is not a scientist. Like it's just a fact.
What?
Like I don't see him doing physics problems.
Yeah, no. I
Like,
just
he's
want him
just
to
not
do
the
what he
right
said
guy
he's
to
gonna do.
decide that.
To what that they're not gonna do any more funding to that.
Yeah.
I could agree with you on that.
Yeah. But people they don't want to. Now the scientist is bad, so whatever. That's just how it is now.
We talking about that science or just any science?
No, in general, there's a stigma now.
Well, that's because science is so matter of fact. If people have to face the science, that means they have to face facts and be logical. And then what? That means they will have to start making sense.
Yeah.
So, people don't want to make sense. And the thing is, people are so comfortable being mediocre that when you force them to make that, being forced to make sense makes them feel maybe like anxious. I think some people get anxiety by being forced to make sense. Like when you ask them questions or when you try to get at or pry at their point and they know it don't make sense. That's when some people get, those people when you have a conversation with them and they just be, oh, I don't want to talk about it no more. Oh, all right. And not a person that don't want to argue, but a person who just clearly is seeing that their point doesn't make sense, and instead of just realizing that their point don't make sense, saying, "Oh, you're right, I'm wrong," they just shut down. It's the same thing.
Yeah. You offended me right now. I'm just kidding.
How did I do that, Ashwin?
Because you said something I don't agree with, and
Which part?
Everything, and
which part? Which part did you agree with?
No, you offended me.
How?
It's just it's just not my reality. And I love that excuse you can do now. Like, well, I just don't believe that. I googled it. It's I googled it.
As that's why you got to use ChatGPT, man. Google gonna just give you a couple right things and help you just pick the right one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're gonna give you a couple facts and hope you pick the right one.
Well, I read an article, like who's the article by?
Exactly.
A lunatic who belongs in an asylum.
Exactly.
And that's your source. Good.
Yeah, that's where you source that from?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, people have no sense of facts, man. So
yeah. Well, I read an article and it said that snails can shoot lasers out of their eyes.
That sounds like some what you call that? Some SpongeBob shit, man. Sounds like some SpongeBob shit. Like lasers, Gary. Like sounds like a SpongeBob episode where the snail was shooting everybody in the water with lasers and shit.
SpongeBob fell off.
I ain't watched SpongeBob in so long.
Well, it fell off.
For real?
Yeah, because why? The original creator, he left.
For real?
And then Nickelodeon abused what he created, and they turned it into a joke. I mean, it was funny, but now it's a joke.
Yeah. I believe the guy, plus the guy who was doing a SpongeBob voice, he passed away.
Yeah, he did, yes.
So it was, it is what it is at this point.
But, this is what happens when people who have no idea what they're doing try to meddle with, someone's creative vision. Like, you had to let the creative be the visionary.
I definitely agree. When you try to put politics or the business inside of somebody's creativity, it kind of dilutes it.
Yeah. Because, like, all these bored guys, like, if you knew so much, why don't you do it? If you knew, why don't you go do it? Yeah. You can't, can you? You can only react after it happens.
Yeah.
So, I've learned, like, I do the politics game with them. I do the dance with them. Doesn't mean I agree with them.
Yeah.
I've been in a room with most of these guys, and I can tell you they're all jokers. They don't know nothing. And I'm not afraid to say that on camera because guess what? They haven't done anything for me.
Yeah, they can't blackball you.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you gonna blackball me with? You're closing down your labels anyway. You guys are becoming distributors. So what are you gonna blackball me with?
Exactly.
Like you're going out of business.
Yeah. See, the thing is, people in that industry, they're so. The industry has people that be so grandfathered in, so that you don't really have to know the business. You get a couple artists, you get a couple models. You know, you get some producers. It's the entertainment business. When it comes from the top to the bottom, a lot of it is passed down, man. It's an old school thing for a person who is working that job to know exactly what they're doing. Like to really, really know that thing, to have went to school for that thing, to have studied behind somebody else that was doing that thing. That's an old school part of the get business, man. Nowadays, people grab their homie, be like, hey, gonna come do this, or somebody just intern doing this. There's no real sense of I care about the artist, I care about the art. We come together to do this, to put this product out. That's not how the business is anymore. It's especially from the top to the bottom. Nobody at the top knows music. They know numbers. They bought a label. They didn't buy music. So you gotta understand, even when people buy a music label, they're not looking at it like that. They are looking at it as numbers. Their lawyer said, damn, their lawyer and their accountant agreed that these numbers matched up. They don't know shit about music. Whether it be country music, whether it be rap music, whether it be R&B music, it's just numbers to them. So I think that's why it's so messed up. And they think they know everything because they may know numbers, but when it comes to music, it's totally different.
I'm just trying to imagine a committee of people telling Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson what to do for Thriller. I'm like,
Man,
because if you really think about it, Thriller is a weird song.
Yeah.
It's pretty bizarre.
there wouldn't have even been a Thriller if you would have had a committee trying to tell them what to do for Thriller. It wouldn't have been a Thriller. Couldn't have been.
Yeah. Well, no one has done that before. That's I can't do that. That's
Exactly.
what they'll do.
It almost didn't happen. Like from the music video to the music video coming out, like, come on, man. Like, it was so much behind it. Then they did a behind the scenes tape of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just so much production put behind it to where who knew it was gonna work? Like, how do you have the foresight to know that this is gonna work?
Well, Michael and Quincy knew. They knew.
But see, the thing is, I
Well,
think that's
they had-
BS,
they
man.
had
I
a
call it
guess.
BS.
They had a guess.
Exactly. There we go. They had a guess.
But they had to be given an opportunity, and they had the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. They had the talent for sure, but they guessed. They guessed right, but they was given the opportunity. And that's all. I think that's all that matters. Even with one of your points, because with science, right? It's all about the opportunity. You may not get shit out this experience, but you may get $200 million out this experience. But if somebody's not given if the person with the talent is not given the opportunity, then nobody's making shit. And everybody's going to be just stuck around twiddling their fingers looking dumb. That's crazy when you really think about it.
Now I'm curious, what would the committee version of Thriller be like?
Probably, it was supposed to be called Twilight. What was it? The original version was Twilight.
I had no idea it was called Twilight.
Yes, the demo was Twilight.
That's just crazy to me because I have a song called Twilight.
I know, right? That's how ironic. Full circle moment right there.
Yeah. So I'm like, I just don't I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, well, yeah, I don't know if Twilight is gonna work. It's too experimental. Like, first of all, no, it isn't.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen Thriller? Like, it's worked before many times.
Yeah.
At this point, you could even say it's a formula. Like, it's proven.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah. You can't always listen to people, man. Especially when.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, for sure. I know you don't.
I pretend to listen to them.
Yeah, it's part of the game, man. Part of the game.
Like, yeah, that's right. I agree with you. But deep down, I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't agree with you.
You can't do that too often though. When you don't agree with people, most of the time you gotta tell them I don't agree. Fuck that. You know, it'll get you further when you tell them when you tell people you don't agree.
Yeah, that is true.
They might not even be in space going to space, or they might be in on it, or they might be going to space. Excuse me. The thing is, you never know, but it's something to it. Even with Antarctica, why can't people go to Antarctica? In the 1930s, there was a scientist that came out and said he was in Antarctica and he came to a wall. He went up the wall, but he was on a plane, so he flew over it. It was super high. He flew over it, went some miles, and then it was another drop down, and it was a whole nother Earth. Had other resources, gold, minerals, all that stuff, all untouched. So it was a whole nother Earth. So he was in Antarctica. Matter of fact, I could do it. It's just like this cup, right? So say this is where he was. This is the Earth right here. So he was in Antarctica at the center. He came to the center. It's a wall right here. Went to the top, went some miles. It's another drop off point. Whole nother Earth that nobody's ever touched before. He did an interview about this in the 1930s, black and white. After that, he was pulled off. He was pulled off his assignment. Nobody, I'm not gonna say. I don't know if any. I ain't gonna say nobody ever heard from him again. But he was pulled off his assignment, and wasn't able to go back to Antarctica. That's when they made it so people couldn't go to Antarctica, and they only do government scientific projects in Antarctica. That's a theory. And then one thing I read about Amelia Earhart is when she was trying to fly around the whole globe.
She's a DEI, by the way.
It's hilarious. She actually crashed into the wall. Like, what do you think about that? That would believe that it was that would mean that it would be a flat Earth. So do you believe in flat Earth or a globe?
I believe in globe.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen any evidence of a globe. I mean, of a sphere.
Yeah, well, for the sake of getting energy, I don't want to talk about the globe and flat Earth.
I got you, man. I got you.
I think you told me about this ice wall before, by the way.
The wall?
Yeah. I think we spoke about this before.
Yeah.
And I remember what I was going to say. I was speaking to another guest about stopping federal funding for a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
And this was his response to me. Well, I think companies should. Well, I asked him, okay, well, you think it should be privatized? And he said yes.
Which part?
All of it.
Like government fundings for research?
Yeah.
Well, so funding for research should be privatized?
Yeah.
Well, then that just means that the research would slow up tremendously, though, because the government gets money from nowhere. Like, the government can say, we'll give you this amount of money. They don't have to physically give it to them. They could just write them a check and do stuff like that. Or have them meet up with their partners and get things that way. Like, the government don't have to physically give them $20 million. The government can say, okay, here go a check for $20 million. With this, our bank is gonna let the transaction go through anyway. If you go pay for it, like it's certain ways to go through. But if you're doing shit privately, you're gonna have that money. So it takes $20 million of research to do some small shit, like trying to do something big and do some research. You're gonna be needing $500 million, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? To really, if you're talking about some major, that's $500 million, $1 billion of research. It shouldn't be privatized. I definitely think it should be government funded, but it's gonna always be politicized if it's government funded, always.
Well, will also be politicized if it's privatized.
But it won't matter if it's politicized. The politicalness won't be the backbone of it, though. So if a president or if somebody is running for governor or mayor on funding for some type of research, that won't be the backbone of the research if it's already being privately funded. You know what I'm saying? They won't need that. they don't have to say, well, we align with this politician's morals or their views, because you know what I'm saying, because they need the funding. If they don't need the funding, then someone's like, hey, you need us, and we don't need you. We can kind of live in our own world, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I just found his response interesting. Like, I don't know.
With privatized, it'd take too much money. The research would slow down. You know, there wouldn't be enough money for research to go around.
Yeah, I just think I think it's very important for a state to be ahead.
Or, I ain't gonna lie, I just thought about something else. But then that just would open up another lane for banks and lending companies, though, because then if it's not government funded, people would need the funding from somewhere, right? These lending companies, they would love to invest in like tech. That's what they love investing in anyway. Like banks like investing in tech.
But they could do that already.
What you mean?
They can already be lending. So
of course, but I mean, I'm just talking about the companies that say like Capital One, Credit One, excuse me. They don't, as far as I know, they don't lend for research. You can't go to Capital One and say, hey, I want $20 million for research and development. That's something totally different. They ain't doing that.
Yeah, and I don't believe Capital One is doing it.
So, and that's what I mean. That will open up the doors for lenders like that to be like, okay, oh, they don't want to. The government is not giving them money anymore. We're gonna lend these companies money. That's a lane for that, but I think that's just too much. I think some of the research, most of the research, should definitely be government funded. Get more money.
Yeah.
So energy video just dropped, right?
Oh well, I know how to tie this in. Back in we were speaking about so-called industry gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
We worked on a song called Energy. How long ago?
About 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
That's a long time.
It's been a minute, man.
Now, it should have been out, but maybe now is the right time. But no, it should have been out. I don't care. It should have been out.
Think it should have been out?
Yeah.
I think timing is everything, man. I think timing is everything. You got the video right, the video looking crispy, you know?
Well, yeah, but the video was crispy last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I think you're a different artist, though. I think even you as an artist have gotten better. So the artistry is just better. So you dropping it now is people able to see you at your best, you know? And I don't want to say your best, but you get what I'm saying? At maximum percent, you know? People get to see you at that. Instead of 2 years ago, you dropping it 2 years ago and you having to catch up with where you at now, you know? So, like I said, it's all time, man. Things happen when they supposed to. Always. Even when you think they not.
Yeah, speaking of accent, whenever I do a song, I like to do accents. Like, people don't know that. Like Twilight, I was trying to be Jamaican.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's crazy.
Yeah, because if I just do the hi guys,
that sounded like that, like Eminem.
Yeah. Oh, hey, do you like violence?
Yeah. Hi, kids. Do you like violence? Yeah.
I could very easily just default into doing that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It'll be kind of boring.
No, I get it.
I mean, Eminem. Speaking of Eminem, he loves doing the accents.
Yeah, it's different voices, almost like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Like Lil Wayne do it too sometimes, but
Yeah, so I like to do that, and people just they may not know, so I'm putting it out.
No, that's dope. No, they gonna catch on to the artistry. You gotta stay listening.
Because it's all about. I believe every song is about portraying a character. It's not always you. It's not always you.
Yep. Every song is a movie, its own separate movie.
Yeah, so you can't listen to Energy and okay, he does it. This is all he is.
Yeah, no, multifaceted, man.
Yeah.
Come in so many layers. You know what I'm saying? It's up to the fan base. They're gonna get a chance to pull all the layers back as time goes on.
So as a third party, how would you describe? I guess it's called the accent, whatever you want to call it. The way it came out, because I recorded with Keith Ross down in Miami, so that was new to me. I never
Yeah.
worked with him before at that point in my life.
Well, I mean,
But oh, by the way, you're looking at a guy who wrote a song. He's right here.
well, I am right here. Thanks. But the sound, man. I think the sound, your voice, has just grown. So I like it. I think we've perfected it, man. It's to a place where now you know what words to say differently than other words. You know what songs you want to do and how you want to do them and what melodies we gonna switch up. So I think it's just becoming an artist. An artist is not just an artist doesn't just happen. Now a person can be artistic, and have some level of creativity about themselves. But being an artist is made. An artist is made. You have to be created. And we've did it, man. We've did it. Years of trial and error, and it's working. So I like the sound. No matter which voice it is, we've came to a point to where, like I said before, with each song we know what voice we want to use. So as long as we find that voice, can't nothing stop it.
Yeah, but the world hasn't had an opportunity to even hear the new voice and even my old voice.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So a lot of people a lot of people say this. Well, it's the audience doesn't know. I'm like, well, yeah, well, I know, so
Yeah.
that counts for something, right?
No, facts. Yeah, always.
But that being said, I think it kind of worked for the benefit of energy. The way I describe it is like I was trying to be a little tongue in cheek about it. I wanted to have a comedic edge to it. I was going for that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like, and I listen back to it, like I really hear the Midwestern there. I wasn't doing that on purpose. It just came out.
No, for sure.
Hey, enemy. That's like the Midwest.
But see, that's all part of growing as an artist, knowing how to switch your voice at certain parts and knowing when not to do it. That's why when we talked about it, I was like, no, we don't need to go back and do it. It's good. We ain't got to even do all that. Let's just get it sounding right and we straight, I think the sound, like every artist, the fan base, once they hear what they like, they're going to get a chance to explore, go back, fast forward, rewind, you know what I'm saying? Into outside all the way up until now, energy and love it all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it has to be something to where we have to force them to choose.
That's true, but we got to give them the options to choose, and there's something I need to work on. I need to just I got to man up and just put it out. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to this guy. He's an expert.
Yeah.
He's not an expert, by the way.
He just been doing it. He just probably been doing it for 15, 20 years. It's okay.
And then the meteor hit, but he didn't know the meteor hit. But the meteor hit.
Yeah, facts.
I'm a big dinosaur fan. I'm like, so maybe you can have an exhibit right next to the T-Rex. I don't know, but
No, I get it. The thing is, it's always good to learn from the greats. But
they're not
take
great
advice.
anymore. Some of them are not great anymore.
I think people will always be great. It's always about just taking advice where you could take it from. And if you could say you got the wisdom, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you could meet Obama. It might not do anything for me, but I could say it. I met Obama. You understand what I'm saying? And I may be able to ask him something that may give me some insight onto how I could do something better. And that's just all it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's really it.
I'd be more curious to see Trump in person than Obama.
Facts.
I just feel like he's Obama off camera.
No, facts.
But Trump off camera, I'm very curious.
Yeah, I think Trump is probably just like every other 70-year-old man off camera, 80-year-old man,
Yeah.
He just him, man. I think on camera he's more of an entertainer than anything.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's ever since he did that NBC. Well, he's been on TV, on camera ever since what, the 80s,
Yeah.
90s.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I feel like the energy guy. He's kind of like what Trump was like in the 80s and 90s. Like that image.
The energy guy.
I call him the energy guy.
Why you
Like
say
the
that?
character.
Oh wow. Okay, I get what you're saying. Nah, it's you
Like
talking
he.
about with the voice.
Oh, not the voice.
Oh, okay.
Like the lifestyle.
Oh yeah. Okay, well yeah, I could definitely maybe Trump in the '80s, yeah, for sure. Trump in the '80s and '90s for sure.
Because like I just feel like he wakes up and like he's in a penthouse. And probably,
Yeah.
like, and where did he get the money for it? I don't know where the money came from. Like, because I feel like he doesn't have a job. Like he just
The energy guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like,
I mean, hey man, he do got a job, man. He bring the energy. It's a lot. So that's hard work, man.
that is true.
That's hard work.
I mean, yeah, that is his job. You're right. You sit around in a penthouse, you know, Versace bathrobe, and then you go to a club or bar or whatever.
Yeah,
You sit around there.
man, that's a vibe. I ain't gonna lie. With some ladies,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Drinking some tequila, you know?
Hennessy.
Hennessy.
Cause he go, yeah.
Damn, the energy
Do you
guy.
know? Do you know why?
Nah, why?
Because the ass is fatter off the Hennessy.
Oh my gosh, that is what you said, ain't it? That's hilarious.
Yeah, but you know, my original idea for the song was, it was gonna be like more like sad boy R&B.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, oh, it's the enemy.
Yeah.
And then you said, I think it's the enemy. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, never mind.
Yeah, we had to change that up, man. Can't not is she? We know. You gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? I think she, you know what I'm saying? I think she into me, not is she? No, I don't want to hear that is she. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make it a little bit more, for sure, a little bit more exact. You know,
Yeah,
a little bit more player.
yeah, it's a very play record.
Definitely player. You know, and the video just matched right up. Lighting, the ladies, the sauce on it, your attitude.
So you know, believe that was my first music video ever.
I remember.
And then we did the pickups with the bathrobe and all that.
Yeah, like reshoots or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, and
came out good.
extra scene.
Yeah, extra
It's
scenes
that.
and stuff. Yeah.
Add some sauce to it, as you guys would say.
Facts. Facts. Well, it came out good. I like it, man.
Yeah, you know, and that song was the first time I did doubles. No, I did them on Outside too.
Yeah, I think you definitely did.
But you know, the way doubles were used on Energy were
Different.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, so you shot energy video before Outside?
Yeah.
Dang, really?
Yep.
Wow. That was that long ago?
Yeah, it was that long.
Man, that's crazy. But that's the industry though, man. It's like it's just nowadays where a person could do a song today. Like even a major artist could do a song today and drop it in 2 days, and you know, like they dropped the song that week. They just did. So
Yeah, but you know, they say it takes 28 days to set it up in Spotify properly.
really,
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe well, not maybe. I know they're cheating the system right now, all the label guys.
oh for sure. The label could get it up. You know, you think Universal gotta wait 28 days, bro?
Yep.
You think Universal make a call? Hey,
Well,
we got an artist about to drop something tonight. It need to be up there tonight. Like they ain't waiting no 28 days. Hell no, that shit going right up there. It's over with.
yeah, you know, they have a lot of tricks up their sleeves. Like, oh, well, I didn't like that mix. I'm gonna replace the mix.
Yeah. Now artists do that though.
Yeah, but you know, if I do it, I'm gonna lose all my streams.
Yeah. See, that's what I hate. Like they cause the label could just replace the song, you know what I'm saying? And go back and do a lot of stuff. Like they could damn near edit their whole shit, you feel me? After they release it. You know? Like I said, it's the independent game, man. Gotta have them I's dotted and them T's crossed
Yep.
every time.
Gotta be bulletproof.
Facts.
I don't think the Energy guy wears a bulletproof vest. He's not that type of guy.
Nah.
I don't think he ever worries about conflict.
I think that Mercedes was bulletproof though.
Maybe it was.
Yeah. Facts.
I gotta ask the guy. I don't know.
Said I gotta ask the guy. That's hard. I like that.
So, I mean, you were speaking about my new voice. How would you describe that versus what we were doing before, or even Energy?
Well, I think your new voice is just more balanced. With before, it was just, oh, should I sound like this or should I sound like that? The new voice is just like, what do I need to sound like? You know what I'm saying? Not what voice do I want to use. It's like, okay, what do I need to sound like on this song and this point of the song, singing this melody or these notes. You know what I mean? Like, not conform to like, oh, I want to use this voice for this song. That voice may not fit the song. You know? So I think that's the best. I think that's the plus and the advantages of where we've gotten now with your voice.
Yeah, I would describe it as more natural.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah, I'm not really doing a voice anymore at this point.
But that's the point. That's how it's gonna. You are, but that's how it's coming off. That's how it sounds because it's just matching up. So sonically, you're not. It's not gonna come off like, oh, he's doing a voice, because it just sounds like a good song. You know. Now, when it sounds a little fucked up, or if it sounds like somebody's doing a voice, then you're gonna be like, it sounds like he's doing a voice. Like, but once if it's hitting, and the voice matches for that particular, you know what I'm saying, your tone and how the words you're saying at that point in time, then nobody's even gonna be questioning it, because you're right in pocket.
Yeah, but on I gotta say, if I did energy and my modern technique, I like what I do now. I feel like it would have a different emotion to it. And I'm not saying that's better or worse. I'm just saying it would have a different feel to it.
Maybe, yeah,
I think
definitely.
it'll probably be more mafioso.
Yeah, mellow for
Yeah.
sure, definitely more laid back and chill. I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, probably a little more serious. A little
Yeah.
more serious.
No,
I think the
agree.
voice might be bigger, but it's not like as Playboy.
Yeah, but it don't need to be bigger. Like,
Yeah.
the voice is exactly how it need to be. How it need
Like
to
I
be.
have a big voice. I make my voice smaller.
And we recorded it so many times. So that version, that's the one with Keith Ross, or is that another one?
That's the Keith Ross one.
But so that one is not that old then.
No, the Keith Ross one is old. I did that.
That's not even a year old though.
Oh, it is. I worked with Keith Ross in 2022.
Really?
We never recorded Energy.
Who, me and you?
Yeah,
Yes, we did,
I don't think we did.
bro. Yes, we did, bro. We definitely recorded Energy, bro.
I don't think so.
No, we definitely did, bro. We
I,
definitely
I
did.
gotta.
So where did you
No, yeah, but I remember doing it the first time in Miami with him.
really?
Yeah, yeah, we never got around to it. Because I remember this. I had only just done Outside and Way Up. What was it that early?
Damn.
That's how early it was.
Yeah. What's the okay? Never mind. I'm confusing it. You just did a never
Got
mind.
it.
No, but remember you went somewhere and you did some records over like a couple months ago.
Oh, yeah.
That was him too.
No,
Okay.
that was in some studio.
Okay.
Like, okay, well, that was cool. It was
Yeah.
practice, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to work with you for a reason. Like, like when I work with a lot of these engineers in the studio, I'm like, please, you're like slowing me down.
Yeah. I've been doing it for a while, man. So I pretty much it's uniform to me. It's
Yeah.
just I be
Like, I don't even have to talk about do this comp. Because I just want to record. I don't want to think about doing comps when I'm recording vocals.
it is annoying, definitely.
And I don't want to give them a tutorial. Well, I'll take this line and then you combine with this line.
Yeah, that takes away the because then you don't even really want to record no more. Like damn, I just had to spend 5 minutes telling you how to paste these 2 clips together. I don't even want to make a song no more. Like, oh, you're fucking useless ass engineers.
So I do respect those guys who can just walk in any studio and maybe I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm spoiled.
Yeah, but that's how it happens when you got 2 studios in the crib.
Yeah, well, you can pay for it. It pays for itself at this point.
Yeah, facts.
For all the hours I put in it,
Yeah.
it's paid for already.
Yeah, I believe it. For
Now,
sure.
would I have gotten all the equipment if I had knowledge I have now? No.
Yeah.
But I didn't know back then.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
I'd have probably made it simpler.
Yeah.
Because I don't need a whole lot. I just need what I need.
Yeah.
Like, you know, get rid of all the vanity pieces. There's a lot of vanity in that room.
Yeah. But I think that's most studios though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all studios, bro. Because literally all you need is the computer, interface, microphone, and maybe a compressor. But you don't really need it. You really don't. Like, depending on what mic pre you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you need. You need computer, speakers, preamp, maybe a mic pre or whatever. You know, mic stand. You straight. You know, you ain't gotta have. People be trying to build booths and all of that. I be like, man, why? For what, man? Like, it's retarded. You gonna build a booth in your house so you could record and press the button and have to go run in there? You dummy. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't see why people have done that. Like, that's retarded.
You know, that's for those people like, oh, well, I need to record in the dark and blah, blah, blah. And,
That's crazy. Nah.
and some people are like that.
Yeah, nah. Hell no. I've seen people actually do that, like build a studio in their house and then they gotta record, like they press and record it, then they gotta run to the booth. Like, bro, you should have built it a little better, man. Like, why are you trying to go to the, when you don't even have to do that? You could literally just record right here, right next to the, you know? You don't even gotta do all that. It's, you know? But people, how can I put it? People want to feel like they're artists, so they want to feel like they in a booth. It's a perception thing, man.
Yeah, but, you know, I can make this claim. You know, I know I went to the studio of this platinum rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, a lot of people would say he's a legend. Some would say he's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
And my studio's better. His is bigger, mine is better.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of random stuff in there, a lot of vanity.
Yeah. That stuff don't work.
Yeah.
Not even hooked up. It's just over there screwed in on the rack, you know?
Like, he had a U87 AI. Yeah, you know, that's the new U87, which doesn't sound good in my ears.
Okay.
The old U87 is all right, but I'm not a U87 fan anyways.
Yeah, we moved on from that. Yeah. That's old news.
Yeah, but, you know, we have a common friend, and he keeps talking about 87, like, please, yeah.
You know.
87 is like starter pack.
That's dinosaur shit.
Yeah.
That's dinosaur shit, man.
But even the 251 is a dinosaur, but it sounds better.
Yeah.
Than
But it just
87.
depends on your voice, on the voice. You know, because the U87 on my voice is amazing. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like 251 would sound good too.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't tried it. Talking about the one we've been using?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, it sounds good. Definitely sounds good.
Or
I just haven't recorded with it that many times.
I think the Sony was maybe for you. I don't know. Maybe not the Sony.
I think the Sony might give me a little bit too many highs.
Yeah. I like.
That's why I like that U87 because I damn near don't even gotta put no like on the EQ. I don't even gotta mess with the highs on there. It just.
I'm actually curious how a 47 would sound on you.
For real?
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
'Cause it's really warm mic. I don't need that.
Yeah, but see, I don't. That's the I got the Rode NT1. I believe.
I mean,
And
it's
that one
not,
is
it's not
warm.
like that. Like,
That's warm.
yeah, but you know, to me, I consider that mic muffled.
Which one? The Rode?
Yeah.
Well, compared to the U87 for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, to me,
But it's not muffled though.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying as a engineer. Like I know what you mean. Yeah.
like, to me, warm and muffled is not the same thing. Like, warm just means you have a detail low end. Like, your low mids are you're not missing anything there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can always cut off, you can always take away, but you can't add.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
When they tell you, oh, just add it with EQ, I don't believe that. I feel like your source material, the more you have, it's easier to work with that.
No facts.
'Cause
Definitely.
I don't like adding EQ to my vocals too much.
Yeah.
Like the 87, like whenever I try to do a high end boost, it always sounded like it was always scratchy up there.
Yeah. I mean that's how you're supposed to record anyway. That's why back in the day at the recording studios they had mics for people to choose from. It was whatever mic worked better for your voice. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't have to go in there and do a whole bunch of EQing for your voice. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a singing group. Different people would be using different mics. You know what I'm saying? So that's the name of the game, man. That's how it's supposed to really be done.
Yeah, or you could just
Do some EQing.
Yeah.
You know. Save some money, you know, save thousands of dollars.
Well, I will say this: I recorded Twilight on what would Sir SM7B. So yeah, this mic.
This mic?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Dang.
That's what Pooh Bear likes.
Yeah, I remember you was telling me that.
I mean, I get why he likes it. I wish all mics worked like this mic,
What do you mean? Why?
because you can have the speakers playing music and it'll only capture your voice.
Oh, okay.
Like it feels so much better.
For real?
I hate wearing headphones and recording.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh, so you could just listen. So you could just literally just have it playing and just be recording like this.
yeah.
Oh, wow. That seemed like it'd be trash though. That's different. That's totally different.
Yeah, but I hear The Weeknd uses it. Michael, of course.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
He used this mic?
Yep.
Damn. But I could see that though, because his voice is so light. You know, it don't need so many voltage to be pushed out. You know what I'm saying? Like his low end is gonna be so minute. So I could see Michael Jackson using this mic.
Yeah, I mean, he could use the warming up.
Yeah, for sure. But he wouldn't. But you could do it in EQ and you probably don't even need it.
I hear his engineer never uses EQ or compression. Well, maybe he avoids it.
Maybe his engineer don't, but when they go to mix and master, and they definitely sure do.
I'm talking about a mixing engineer. I think his name is Bruce Sweden. Yeah, he doesn't use compressors or EQ. Yeah, he's crazy.
He don't use compression or EQ on Michael Jackson's voice.
Yeah.
That's cap. That's so cap. I think if he probably got like a EQ on a bus or something. Yeah, that's cap, bro. You got so many voices. You gotta EQ it somewhere. Like take some highs out somewhere, because you got so many voices.
His claim is, well, I'll tell Michael to back away from the mic if I. And
Oh. Yo, that's some scientific shit, bro. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy. So engineers are scientists, huh?
yeah. I mean, I think it actually reminds me of Future. Like
Yeah.
I feel like a part of why he's. I mean, I've heard some. I'm a Future fan, but I'm also going to point out his flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I can tell he's not close to the mic. He's just probably, I don't know, 5 feet away because he's too lazy to go
Yeah.
up to the mic.
Yep.
And I can hear it, like his voice sounds so nasal
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
because he's not next to the mic.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
it's
hear that
important.
because you do this. Like
Yeah.
the naked ear ain't gonna hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? They might hear a little differentiation in between the vocals or whatever, but they not gonna pay no attention to that. They gonna think it was done on purpose. They not even gonna notice it. But I get what you're saying. I be hearing that too. I be like, no, this thing's. But that's why I can't listen to a lot of people, because I be knowing all the tricks. I be knowing everything. I be like, oh, he punched in. I be like, damn, nigga just punched in right here, and he punched in right there. Like, oh man,
Lil Baby's hard to listen to.
man, Lil Baby is horrible. I ain't gonna lie. Lil Baby is trash bags, man, super trash bags. And I ain't gonna lie. I heard somebody say, you ain't getting no money if you don't like this new Lil Baby. Man, that shit was trash bags, man. I ain't gonna lie. It is what it is. Trash bags. He need to start back using Gunna as a writer.
Yeah, he does.